Hello! What a lovely sunny day it is here in Cardigan today. I thought it had been quite a while since I sort of intruded on your quality time and made a little video of myself talking about me. Here, get this, let me come up close. Let's come really close now. Can you? I don't know if you'll be able to see, but what the hell's going on? What the fuck? Freckles in February? Freckles in February! It's supposed to be winter. Remember this time last year we had the beast from the east. What on earth is going on? It's not good though. Well, it is good, but it's not good because years ago I was a Friends of the Earth campaigner, and I used to be, I was a lot fitter then, so I could tie myself to trees and things like that. And yeah, talk about this one then for name dropping. George Monbiot, right? I made him a cup of tea because he was tied to a tractor. It was a bit cold, and he was dressed as a polar bear. And I said, "Cool, I like your polar bear suit, mate." And I've read your books. Oh God! And I'm sorry about the plastic cup. And I gave him a cup of tea, and he gave me a hug, and he said, "Everybody thought I was a rabbit." He said, "So I like you." So yeah, cool. And we shook paws, and off I went. Anyway, that was in my fitter days. So yeah, I've always been a campaigner, and the environment has always been very, very important to me. What was it that my mate George said? What use is economic growth if the seas are about to engulf you? Think about it. Anyway, got myself a cup of tea. Go and grab yourself one. And I'm going to talk to you today about all the positive aspects all the positive aspects of being a wheelchair user. And I've made a list. So I thought I'd start with the most obvious and the most, probably one of the nicest of them all. You get the best seats in the house for gigs, concerts, big arenas, right? You get to jump the queue. Not only the queue to get in and out of the building, but you also get your blue badge, so you can like have a disabled sparking place. I'd like one of them. It sounds like something you do when you go dogging. I don't know. I've not been dogging. I've never. Oh. Right, shall I just stick to the list? Okay. So yeah, best seats in the house for all the gigs and big arenas. You get to jump the loo queue. You get to jump the queue to go to the toilet. And I tell you what, right, if you really milk it and you let the band sort of know, or the promoters know that you're coming and you need all these special adaptions, and you're just checking to see if it's okay to come, you might really milk it and get a free t-shirt or a free programme or signed autograph. Or just milk it. Buy one, get one free tickets on cinema and theatre events. That's great because you always become popular with your mates. They all want your free ticket. Free ticket, yeah. And just to make sure that they feel good about themselves and they don't feel, how can I put it? Okay, don't worry that you're taking like a cripple's free ticket, because I enjoy your company. I wouldn't have invited you otherwise, honest. But yeah, I don't mind. I can then insist that I buy the ticket. I have my free ticket because I buy one, I get one free. They have the ticket, and then they can buy the drinks all night. Sorted. Okay. Talking about cinema. Do you know what's the worst thing about going to the cinema when you're not got your own chair that you can take with you? Elbow space. What are you like? You're like this, aren't you? Not me. Whoa, not me. I've got my own elbow space. Yeah, I can put my popcorn between my knees, and I can like stretch out. Oof. And I can take up all the space while you're sitting there like this, and I can even do a little elbow dance. Do you want to see my little elbow dance? on, go back, go back, go back. Right, are you ready? I'm sorry I've got no music. If you, okay, see if you can guess what tune I'm elbow dancing to. Did you get it? Did you get it? You know that little bit at the beginning? Really embarrass your mate by when it goes da 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 da. You can start doing the elbow dance that goes with it. I really shouldn't do it without a bra on, should I? Does my bum look big in this? Does it? Does my bum look big in this? Do you know what? I don't care because I'm sitting on it. And you don't know, I don't know, so who cares? Although, I must say, you know, in my healthy, fitty days, a gym instructor once told me I got the best bum ever. I had like perfect. Yeah, I did. I had a really good bum. There's no muscles left in it anymore, so the has gone, you know, like everything else. Foot gravity, eh? Gravity's a bitch. A bitch. Oh. So yeah, I don't have to worry about whether my bum looks big in that or not. I don't care. Shoes. I can get away with wearing the most stupid, pointy, uncomfortable, impractical shoes ever. Because I don't have to walk in them. And you know what? Shoes last bloody years. I mean, I haven't bought a pair of boots now for the last, what, 3 years? And they're like new. Well, they could do with a bit of a clean. Because, you know, I get a dusty house. But, yeah, boots. You can wear kitten heels. Never need to bother getting them re-heeled. Because you never have to walk on them. So there you go. There are many advantages. What else did I put on my list? Oh, I think you'll like this one, folks. Flirting. Do you know what, right? Being a wheelchair user means you can take advantage of the most outrageous of flirting opportunities. Why? Because everybody knows if you use a wheelchair, if you have a disability, then you have absolutely no sexual desire whatsoever, do you? You don't, do you? You don't, you don't, you don't, you do, you don't. Yeah, I'm normal-ish. But yeah, so you can get to flirt, right? And wives never get upset if you sort of flirt with their husbands. And husbands probably wouldn't even notice if I was flirting with their wives. I do. Pray away the gay. Hell no. So yeah, you can get all these flirting opportunities and like, you know, it won't probably won't get you anywhere, but it's fun. So yeah. Now, before you all go rushing off to get yourselves a wheelchair, just like to remind you that we live under a Tory government. Okay, this is not a positive bit, but this isn't a positive bit for anybody, is it? A Tory government. I mean, who the fuck is living the Tory government? Yeah, they're the only ones that are benefiting from being under a Tory government. The rich. We don't get a look in. They don't give a shit about us. So yeah, being disabled under a Tory government is pretty shit. So before you go paying like thousands of pounds to get a wheelchair, because that's how much they cost, yeah, just remember that people with disabilities really do come out worst. We've got universal credit, okay? We've got the PIP assessment. Now that is hilarious, right? You've got a top doctor. I'm talking top professional consultant in his field. Specialist, you know, he's got that many letters after his name. It's longer than his bloody name itself, you know. And they write this letter and they say, oh yes, Miss Richards is, you know, suffers from this disease and it's incurable. There's nothing we can do. She manages it this way, we manage it this way, and she needs all this equipment and an adapted home, blah blah blah. And yet some like, you know, pip assessor who's probably just a bloody, I don't know. They left the NHS to go and work for PIP, right? To go and tell sick people that they're not sick. Yeah? You're really in it because you care? I don't think so. So all of you, right, all of you nurses and doctors, paramedics, you know, I have total respect for you. But the minute you leave to join a bloody PIP assessment team, then I'm afraid no respect whatsoever. Hang on, I was here to talk about the positive aspects, wasn't I? Yeah, I think I've covered. Okay, we've covered a lot there with flirting, shoes and free tickets, haven't we? What else could I say about it? It's your legs, it's your wheels. They are wheels, yeah, but it's your legs now, and it shouldn't be any different to anyone else who's entering or leaving a building, but it is because access isn't really that good in some places. So although there are lots of negatives, we've got to look at all the positives, right? I mean, you know, my terrible, constant, dreadful flirting and milking it at gigs. I don't tend to go to gigs very often anymore. I wouldn't go to the ones like the big arenas anymore. I've been to loads of them. Used to follow Radiohead everywhere they went. Oh, Radiohead, I love Radiohead. But I don't seem to go so much now because it's just too bloody far, and I'm getting old and I'm getting lazy and I'm set in my ways. So I'll go to local gigs if I can get into the building. Sell a bar, get a lift. But yeah, there are some very positive aspects to having a wheelchair. It means that you can live your life, you can get out, you can do all the things you want to do, but without legs, that's all. Don't get me wrong, I have got legs. They're down here. But I do you know what? I used to be able to get my leg right up over my head. I used to do yoga and everything. I can't do that anymore. But my God, it was fun. And of course there was no social media about back then, so I can't prove it. So you're just going to have to believe me. PIP assessors. Yeah, I could once get my leg over my head and do the splits. If you want me to do that on the next visit, bring a paramedic team with you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for now. Yeah, freckles. Who'd have thought it? Well, tomorrow is a big one for us here in Ceredigion. St David's Day, and there's a parade in town, and then I'm going to meet some friends at the castle. I got my little daffodil ready to wave, and I'll be practicing my Welsh language tomorrow. So yeah, and save me a wheelie spot, right? You know that little bit where they fence off for the wheelies? Yeah, save me a spot, okay? And then all my friends can come in with me as well. I need all these carers. Okay then. Yeah, happy St David's Day tomorrow. No, by the time you see this video, it'll be today. Ah, okay. Right, you know what I mean. Okay. Well.